She's known as the crazy, jealous stalker ex-girlfriend turned killer. She was with him for only 4 months and then brutally killed her ex-boyfriend because if she couldn't have him, then nobody could. Before infamy, Jodi Arias was a seemingly normal California girl. By all accounts, Jodi Arias was living a pretty charmed life. She was a pretty blonde girl from a normal family. She had lots of friends, she got good grades, she had lots of hobbies, she was really into photography. But Jodi was the kind of girl that seemed boy crazy. Like she was the kind of girl that always had a boyfriend. And heading into 2006, Jodi was in a relationship when she met Travis Alexander. Now, Travis had a very rough upbringing. His parents were both addicted to substances and they were very neglectful and abusive. Sometimes they lived in a tent and would often go without food. But at 10 years old, the best thing happened to Travis and his siblings. Their grandparents brought them in and from then on raised them. They were devout Mormons and Travis got really into the faith. Overall, this was a really good time in his life when he was set up on a blind date with a girl named Jodi Arias. And they really hit it off. There was a very strong physical attraction. Like they were hooking up a lot, sleeping together a lot, even though Travis was this devout Mormon and telling his other Mormon friends that he was waiting till marriage. For Travis, this thing with Jodi was a lot more about the physical stuff rather than having like an actual strong emotional attachment to Jodi. He was really attracted to her, but he didn't see anything like long-term or serious with her. He was looking for more of like a good Mormon girl. But the complete opposite thing is happening for Jodi. She thinks Travis is the one and she's completely obsessed with him. Even though she was never religious, she converted to Mormonism for Travis. And this is particularly insane because even though they're hooking up at the time, Travis is not her boyfriend yet. And she like converts to a whole other religion to be with him. Even though Jodi has a whole other boyfriend at this point, she still hasn't broken up with her actual boyfriend yet. Eventually, she does end that relationship to be with Travis, and the two officially start dating in 2007. And like I said, the main pillar of this relationship was definitely the physical stuff. Travis was not in this relationship as much as Jodi was. And the relationship ended after only being officially together for 4 months. But even after breaking up, they were still seeing each other and sleeping together. It was definitely Jodi pushing to still see Travis. She was just showing up at his place or would even break in. She would break in by climbing in through his doggy door. She's full on stalking her ex-boyfriend Travis at this point, slashing tires, breaking in. Even when Travis had other dates over, and she would threaten the other girls that Travis was seeing and threaten them not to see Travis anymore. And Travis would tell his friends about his crazy stalker, jealous ex-girlfriend. But even after all of this, even after being broken up for a year, they're still seeing each other. In June of 2008, Travis was supposed to go on a trip to Cancun with one of his friends, but no one was able to get in contact with him for almost a week. It was the night before they were supposed to leave for this trip, and this friend still couldn't get a hold of him. She's calling their other friends, but still no one had seen or heard from Travis in over 5 days. So all of his friends go over to his place and they're knocking on the door and they're getting no answer, so they actually break in. And the second they go inside, they immediately get hit with the terrible smell of death. Travis's bedroom door was locked, so they break down the door and there's blood everywhere. Blood all over the bedroom that leads to the bathroom, that leads to the shower where they found Travis's body. This was an extremely brutal murder. Travis was shot in the head, stabbed 29 times, and his throat was cut so deep that he was almost decapitated. And surprisingly, Travis had 2 roommates that were just living in the same house with his dead body for almost a week. His friends call 911 and immediately they're pointing fingers at his crazy ex-girlfriend named Jodi. She was actually not hard for the investigators to find at all, because Jodi actually called the police herself to see if there was anything she could do to help in the investigation. Jodi told the investigators that Travis was her ex-boyfriend, but now they were just friends. She hadn't seen Travis in a while and she was actually on a road trip right now. And she actually did try to get a hold of him the day that he was killed, and she left him a voicemail. This is a voicemail that she left for Travis's phone hours after he was already killed.
Died, so I wasn't getting back to anybody. And what else? Oh, and I drove 100 miles in the wrong direction. Over 100 miles, thank you very much. So yeah, remember New Mexico? It was a lot like that. only you weren't here to prevent me from going into the 3 digits. So fun. Tell you all about that later.
So Jodi claims that she was absolutely not at Travis's house the day that he was killed, but investigators found evidence to prove that that was a lie. Whoever murdered Travis actually tried to clean the scene, and they actually ran a load of laundry. And in the washing machine, police found a camera. The killer clearly thought that running this camera through the wash would destroy any evidence, and it did break the camera, but it did not destroy the SD card that actually holds the photos. What was found in those photos was horrific. At first, the photos just show Travis and Jodi together in bed. But moments later, photos were taken of Travis's dead body. This is the last haunting photo of Travis Alexander. This photo was taken just moments before the photos were taken of his dead body after he was killed. So it's believed that Jodi took this photo just as she was about to kill him. So he knew that he was about to die in the photo. In custody, Jodi denies absolutely everything, even while she's confronted with the evidence and the photos. Jodi infamously had a very bizarre interrogation, where she does handstands and sings and even giggles and talks to herself.
Still beat me. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. This is the day of our dear Savior's birth.
She was charged with first-degree murder, where she smiled in her mugshot. Over the years, she has changed her story many times because Jodi is a liar. This time she changes her story and says that she was at Travis's house because obviously clearly there were photos of her there, but that 2 people broke in and they killed Travis right in front of her. While awaiting her trial, she maintained her innocence. She also did a lot of interviews where she said that she was very confident that she would be found not guilty.
No jury is going to convict me.
Why not?
Because I'm innocent, and you can mark my words on that one. No jury will convict me.
Her trial began in January of 2013, and the prosecution was seeking the death penalty because that's what Travis's family wanted. This case was absolutely everywhere. There was so much media and public attention on it. Like, my dad watched the entirety of the trial, and there were crowds of people out every single day outside the courtroom. In her trial, she still maintained her innocence, but this time she had a new story on how Travis was killed. She confessed to being the one that killed him, but said that it was in self-defense. Not only did she murder Travis Alexander, but now she wants to just ruin his reputation. She said for the entirety of their relationship that he was abusive and that he would also SA her. But she also accused him of being a PDF file and said that he had CP of little boys, and that the night that he was killed, he tried to kill her, so she had to act in self-defense. Jodi Arias took the stand in her own defense, and she was on the stand for 18 days. But ultimately, she was found guilty. But the jury couldn't come to a decision if she should get the death penalty or if she should get life in prison. So there was a mistrial, and the second time the same thing happened, they couldn't agree on death penalty or life in prison. So instead of going through the entire process a third time, Jodi Arias was given life in prison without the possibility of parole. And she has shown no remorse, no regret, and has never apologized. She has appealed many times and maintains her innocence to this very day. And that is the case of Jodi Arias. It's absolutely insane. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. But while you're there, please be respectful. This is Travis's story. He does have siblings. He does have friends and family that could be in the comments. So please be respectful. And while you're there, please let me know what case you want to see me cover next. I know this was a really long video, so thank you so much for making it to the end and listening to the entirety of Travis's story. Thank you to everyone that suggested that I cover this case, and I will see you guys all next time in my next video. Please be a good person to your fellow person.